Hello, happy Halloween. This is Gavin Blair, and this is the Scary Godmother Halloween Spooktacular commentary. And with me today are some of the colleagues that help me make this project. Jackie.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Jackie worked with animating, so a lot of this right here in this open
Yeah, you
cam.
could tell by my broken wrist.
We also have with us a couple other animators. We've got
Could've
Gary.
laughed.
Gary, you think you're supposed to talk now?
And we have Andy Koo with us.
Yeah, I'm Andy. Cool. How you guys doing?
This is our little reunion. We I don't know. I guess I should just start with the origin of how we got picked up on this. So it was mostly Jackie here and I. We were working on Reboot in the '90s at the time.
Yeah. Oh man, those were the times.
Yeah. And you can actually see a lot of the animation. It's exactly the assets we were using.
Earlier, you could actually see a reference to Reboot if you were paying attention.
Models are all in there.
Yeah. We just had them lying around. We figured we was gonna notice.
The same program. But we got approached by Jill Thompson, the author of Scary Godmother, and she approached us for Mainframe. And we said, okay, we'll take up an OVA. She only wanted 20 minutes, just an abridged of the story. And in 1999, we did the OVA of Scary Godmother, which is just a shorter version of this. And I really hope it never gets released because it was a little sloppy. But
that was before me, right?
What was that?
That was I wasn't there yet.
No, you came in for this is when we got called back in for 2003. We did the full movie, which was a bit of a surprise. If Jackie, you wanted to go into that.
Oh man, yeah. It's always nice to know when all of your hard work just gets undone. I mean, not all of it, but still.
It's when you get told that you have to go back and finish the movie, and that you don't get a second contract. We're apparently still working on the '99 paycheck.
Yeah. Oh my! I regret this scene so much. Okay. Originally, I wanted to put like a tree branch there, so it just blocks it, so you can't see it.
Yeah, there was a lot of detail there.
Yeah, there's no coincidence. Jill, for some reason, really insisted on that.
She hammered it down. She said, "You have to show this. We need to attract the male audience." I mean, we already have Daryl and what's the black kid's name?
Bert.
Bert. Okay, we already got Daryl. Daryl and Beryl. We got Daryl and Beryl. No, we got Daryl, Bert, and Jimmy. Oh wow, speak of the devil. Get it?
Hi.
That's funny.
So I helped a lot on making Hannah's skirt and her little dress. I did a lot on the fuzzy hair animation.
Gary,
a lot when
you did great on all of
Gary, we can't really. I think you gotta speak into the mic. We can't really hear you.
You hear me now?
Loud and clear.
It's a little too close now.
Well, I did a lot of the fuzzy textures. When Jill asked me to help because she saw my work on Rocket Power. I don't know how she thought that would translate well, but I helped make the fuzzy hair and dress for the Godmother. That's kind of it.
Yeah, you were the cleanup guy.
You were amazing on textures. It's just a shame that as soon as this aired on Cartoon Network, we couldn't actually make out the textures. We went a little too ambitious.
Yeah. You could see it if you got a 4K TV or something, or
yeah, but who's ever gonna see this the intended ways? I have no idea.
Huh.
Man, that kid, whoever voiced Jimmy, he really put his A game in this.
Yeah, he was a little fun little devil running around the office.
It's a shame we couldn't get him back, but
I mean, we weren't gonna get most of them back for I think the second one. Although some of us didn't really work on that one.
We got enough.
You don't know. That's all that matters.
And I think we couldn't get Bert either.
It was definitely one of the kids. It was a lot.
I can't remember who any of these kids were. I don't know what they went on to do. Probably more than us.
Oh, for sure.
Oh boy.
Can't all be Jeff Burt.
Gary, did you work on this scene also?
I helped animate the tail on Katie, and I helped do the foot animation. That's why you see it's all we.
Oh no! Gavin, did you work on this? Because I specifically remember you.
Yeah, no.
Oh no! Yeah. You and I had to like recreate the scene. We had to walk around the office doing this exact scene.
So anyway, I didn't mention this. I worked on story. I'm not really an animator. So this is really ad-libbed from the stage play Jill did in the 90s, and that's kind of why, you know, this is so... It comes off as, like, you know, actors on a stage.
Yeah.
They just rip that, but in order to get it down, Jackie and I spent, like, a week in the office.
Yeah, we... Instead of writing it down on the freaking paper, we just walked around like a bunch of maniacs. Like, the voice actors would come in and be like, hey, I'm here for my position, or my job, and they're like, what are you doing? We're like...
Yeah, you gotta get into the theatrical role for this.
Yeah.
I remember coming down once, there were like pictures, like because they took pictures of you while you were doing that, and there were just like rows and rows of just photographs.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. Huh?
I think they're still at the office if the building's still up.
It burned down. That was.
Oh,
say-
yeah.
I want to say though, like there were also some pictures not of you guys, but like I think of Jill, and I don't even know if she like was looking at them. It might. I think Jeff took those pictures.
Yeah,
Jeff was kind of. You remember Jeff, right?
Yeah.
What's his name? Jeff.
Jeff Burt.
Jeff Burt. Yeah. That guy. Okay, that guy was kind of an asshole.
We'll have to talk about him when
I mean,
scene.
Yeah, this should be cut out probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
This is
Blu-ray.
Yeah, it'll get cut out.
Do we want to talk about how like little Jill actually helped on the movie?
Yeah.
How she just came in and yelled at us. I mean, no one's gonna listen to this. We can really say whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, she came in, said I didn't like the scene, and she didn't give us any like, you know, like way to fix it. She just said I didn't like it, and that was kind of it. She left.
Yeah.
We were following her theatrical script. I followed it to a T, so I had no idea what she meant by that because it's exactly what she wanted. Whatever.
She'd take out like, cause like they're all books originally, and she'd take out like a picture and like point at it and say, "I want it to look like this."
Yeah, it's where the Hannah Butt shot came from.
Hannah Butt, like, and we were like, "Well, what do you mean?"
Yeah,
like
it's
that's
computer generated.
Yeah, this is 3D versus that was 2D. It's kind of hard to translate. This
this
is a very good
camera shot
cinematic
was
shot.
Yeah, really nice.
Oh, thank
Who
you.
did the blur effect there?
That had to have been Gary. He was the effects guy, right?
One of them.
Gary works on everything.
Gary, yeah, you do everything.
I know.
But
Oh, I just noticed.
I think we got the atmosphere here really well.
Oh, you can't see it, but the actual scary godmother, or
The fingers.
what do we call it?
That's actually, yeah, that is actually him wiggling his fingers around.
Mhm.
Just for fun. Just
This was a good gag. This was our idea. Jill didn't come up with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, Jill didn't like it, but
Foreshadowing.
thankfully we convinced her.
You really put the shadow in foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
The OVA, however, this played out very differently. We
Yeah.
we had the heartbeat going on in the background when she's getting locked out, and we thought that was kind of messed up, kind of too dark. So we cut that out for this version.
There were textures for blood, I remember, but I don't think that was.
Oh my god, yeah, that doesn't show up in this.
No, I don't know if we ever used that. It's been too
in
long.
The OVA.
Was it?
I haven't seen that since it came out. I mean,
Yeah,
commercially, but I remember.
I don't have
remember
access
Jill
to it.
I remember Jill talking about what she wanted the scene to appear, where like you actually felt like.
Oh, here it is.
I think this
yeah.
might have been something that happened to her.
This was so impressive back in the day.
This took you guys weeks.
Yeah,
It was a while.
all we did was resize her and put a blur effect around her. It sounds harder than it looks.
Also, the tear effects that took a while too.
Oh, mind you, I was working with a fractured wrist, so I was working with one hand while animating a lot of these scenes.
Well, that's the animator's life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of times that, just the texture on their body and stuff just wouldn't load, so it would just kind of look a lot like Play-Doh, and it would just it just does not do it justice here.
You can tell.
We try to hide it. We try to shove them in the background.
You can tell when the bodies look better and when they look really bad.
We also, I will admit, sometimes I would just have the lower resolution textures just to render the scene out faster.
Like
No
this
problem.
is why.
No one was ever going
this
to
is
see
why
this.
you
Yeah.
have
Clear
legs right now.
textures.
That's the reason you're not seeing their legs at this present moment, because they're probably just not there.
Mhm.
Oh, now they are. That's probably a
Here
later
comes the
scene, though.
flying scene. Which, how we
Yeah,
opened
this
up
was
the
where it's
video.
done later.
The scene was not hard to make. It just we had to redo it at least 15 to 20 times because Jill would not specify why she didn't like it. She just said too floaty. What the fuck does that
You know-
mean?
Do you remember what she said? The clouds look weird.
Yeah.
It looks kind of, yeah.
I spent a lot of time on Cloud, and she didn't give me any. Like,
They look fantastic here.
We ended up
He-
using
he was
I
really
remember
mean
we
to you.
used one of the earlier
Gary.
shots she said no to, and then suddenly it was okay to use. Like,
Yeah.
it's-
I think
a lot of times we would just give her an old scene and say it's new, and she liked
she
it.
would think it's fine then. All of a sudden,
She was very moody.
something was up with that.
we're lucky though, because
Ooh,
I
those
know-
effects on the clouds. They look like faces. I've never noticed that.
And here's
I
where we're using
remember-
her art. and It's kind of a shortcut, but
Yeah.
I remember. I don't think it was.
We
I
just
don't think
ripped it
was
from the
Jill, I think
book.
it was the network who said that it looked. The original shot looked a little too satanic, and we didn't want that. I guess.
too
We
right.
removed a lot of horns and stuff from scenes.
Yeah.
That's why it's a lot more cartoony. And the cat was the cat originally there?
I believe the cat was a skeleton in the first shot, and they just said
Yeah.
they wanted it as a ghost.
I think
They
that was a
wouldn't do
dog
it
in the
well
original.
China.
I remember animating a dog.
There was something like alluding to that because like I want to say in like one of the early shots like a dog dies or something. Like that was cut obviously.
It
But,
was
like,
it was
then
played
the
off as
dog would
comedic.
become a spirit. Yeah, the dog would become a
You can't
spirit.
make that
and-
comedic though.
it's
is-
the-
Yeah.
it's a
It
dog
came off
getting
as
killed.
too dark, like
well,
way
that's
too
because
dark.
that's another Jill idea. And, you know, everything that's not funny. Guess came up with that one.
Mhm.
Which one of you guys reused the Hannah asset at the very beginning to make her, black? Was that one of you?
That might have
that
been.
was.
Was
that
that
was
you,
Jeff.
Kurt?
Yeah, that was.
Or was that Jeff? That must have been Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff thought it was
This is-
funny.
You
that-
can't do that anymore.
It's not about
'cause
Jeff
you put her in a
Burt,
grape
by the way.
costume.
Yeah.
Scarlet Betty
Oh,
Bones.
here's the.
We
here's-
we invited Jeff to come here, and he just
yeah,
said
and he used us like a stepping
he
stone.
responded at least, but like I guess he's a big guy now.
Too
Mhm.
good for us.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
this character.
This is one of Jill's jokes. That it's a skeleton in a closet. You know, I don't think she realized this was intended for kids, even though she made it.
Mhm.
I was always weirded out. I wanted to cut him down, but
You mean make him like
The-
less tall?
I thought he was stereotypical. I thought we'd probably get trouble. But
I mean, the original script was very like obvious what we're trying to do. He had too many innuendos. I think what he is here now is okay.
Well, it was also like extra inappropriate because like he was like talking kind of weirdly to one of the boys once they come in like in a later scene.
Yeah, the
yeah,
little vampire boy.
that one.
Hmm.
some of
Actually-
the things that happened on set, I can't believe we.
I wish
Well,
that
there's a
I
lot of-
still had
there's a lot of
access to
jokes.
some of those files.
We probably shouldn't talk about some of that though.
Yeah.
No, but we can talk about a certain. Well, we'll wait until the werewolf gets here. I know that's a
Oh,
fan favorite.
Yeah. He's coming up soon, I
Hey,
think.
is this still airing on Cartoon Network?
I have. I could.
Somebody sent me a link to like something on YouTube. Because
Mhm.
this is years later.
Mhm. I could text my nephew, but.
We'll check it out later.
What did he do to her?
She's just really scared.
Yeah,
passes
she just
out.
got scared.
Yeah, but
It's a
I meant
cute story.
like
just
her.
like the whole
raising her,
movie
like,
is just a
oh,
cute
yeah,
story.
We probably shouldn't.
Now here's this. Your guys'
Well, wasn't there like? Didn't Jill write some like continuity log about like what the powers of Scary Godmother?
She went off about it once, but I knew it
She
wasn't
could
gonna matter.
slide on her broom, and her magic was something. It was some kind of like energy.
Yeah, she said witch magic.
There's the bird costume.
Yeah,
That's
the
what-
original one was so horrifically just
That,
insensitive.
that was just another reused Katie model for the bee suit.
Yeah, we were
Mhm.
cutting some corners because it's only a 2-second shot. It's only
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah, when you're watching it on a CRTV, you're not going to see it.
Oh. Guess what? Here's another Jill has a demand to get things really weird.
Oh, I
Yeah,
I don't want to be reminded of this. Like it. I'm glad we cut this down a little bit.
I mean, it doesn't even go anywhere. It's just really, it's a joke about chocolate kisses, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
It's just weird that we're talking about kids kissing.
Dude, I'm surprised we didn't get in trouble with the network because kisses are like licensed candy, and she's like, no, we can use the joke, but we have to use.
We actually got fined for this joke. Wasn't much, but it's still.
I remember that. Yeah, they did send a paper.
We didn't have to pay it right away. Like we talked to Hershey's about it. Like, hey, I mean, we're just mentioning kisses. They were cool about it though.
Because I want to say there was a big warning in the second movie. Maybe that also got cut, but it was like, we like before starting, we can't use this, we can't use that. We have to make non-brand products.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, all right, I mean, like we were fine doing that anyways.
I mean, it's pretty common in the industry, so we rolled with it.
I mean, because Kiss is like that's a brand, it's trademarked or whatever. Like just because it is the shape of like a nipple doesn't mean it's.
Here it is.
Here
star performer. This is not actually who he's credited as. This, if you can believe it, is
that shot right there. That shadow that showed him with was that his tail or was that something else?
I don't know, but this is, if people can believe it, this is Shatner.
Yeah, I think we lied and said it was Gary Chalk.
We said it was someone else.
Yeah,
Shatner's,
somebody that
Shatner
was.
He does a lot of other roles, and he's really weird about it because he's got something about voice acting. He gives other names,
Yeah.
But this was him, and he was an absolute delight to work with.
Oh man, when he put his pumpkin on, he used to put a pumpkin on his head while recording.
He was the one that had the silly Daryl. He actually had a suit, the little candy.
Yeah.
he would do his voices in that. That was pretty funny.
He was not paid enough.
No, well, plenty of people weren't paid enough for this.
Yeah, especially me. Not trying to one up you guys though.
I know Harry was supposed to appear earlier, but I guess. It's been so long. I really don't remember like too much, but it was memorable enough working on this.
I just remember working on the script, and the goal was to make Harry unlikable, but well, we couldn't do it in the end. He's still the best character in my book.
Honestly.
Here goes the Miss Tartar rant. Yeah, he was my favorite. Jill drew that for us. That's not anywhere else.
At least she did something.
She drew a few things.
She did the snack tutorial, didn't she?
Well, some of it was like our other artists like having to copy her style, like oh no, it's like it doesn't look like how it does in the original. I'm like, all right.
No, I think that was just. I don't remember her name. It was not. Yeah, this was not Jill. No.
Was this Jill?
This wasn't
No.
Jill.
This wasn't Jill.
Surprisingly not. Also, that was originally Grape. That was originally Grape Jam. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I remember the Grape Jam.
I looked brown. Was that like poop? Is that the joke?
No, that's just peanut butter. It was peanut butter and jelly. Like, Jill insisted it was grape. But we're like, okay, we'll put it. But just abruptly, from the final viewing, it was strawberry now. It was weird.
Here's this. Yeah, this is kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the vampires.
Like, how is he hanging upside down? That doesn't really make much sense.
I think he's supposed to be flying?
Is he flying?
They float, yeah.
Yeah, they float.
I mean, they have like foreign accents, and I remember someone in the office. I don't think it was anyone here. Would like copy their voice, but give like a really thick accent. And I think
as soon as we got to them, it was just like vampire impersonations, like the entire day.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
I'm not gonna get us going, because I know it'll stick.
Yeah.
Some of it wasn't funny.
No, like it got really annoying. Every day was just we were actually ordering like what was it, blood pizza? In the they were like, what?
Yeah. I think I'm
This-
the.
we
Oh,
didn't-
don't remind me. I'm the
didn't
guy
work
that
on
made
this.
the call.
We didn't work on
started
this
it,
like
yeah.
on
Yeah.
Halloween. This took like what 10 months, 8 months. So it was like around January, February when we actually started working on like production wise.
These are actually based off real snacks that somebody's wife made and brought to the office.
That
Yeah.
was Scott McNeil's wife.
Scott,
That
really?
was me.
If you remember, he did the skeleton, and he wanted to do like all of the vampires, but we said no to it. He got Count Max there, but he wanted to do the son as well.
Oh yeah, he was pretty okay about it though. His wife was furious. I think he went home to rant, but he just got over
Well,
it.
it's the common thing of whenever like an artist or like a storyboard like artist is like they want to be the voice actor. That's usually a bad sign. Usually just say no, let's actually get some
Yeah.
people with talent, you know.
Fun fact, this is the software from Reboot 1999, and that's why all the mirrors are just kind of a blur, because we didn't actually have mirror technology.
Yeah,
More graphic.
let's be honest. I don't think kids would notice. Some kids would. Those are the smart kids.
We had a poll on who was like the most popular character, or who we like among us, I guess. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we voted Harry, didn't we?
Yeah.
Harry, number one. We didn't let Jill see that though.
That was a good shot you did.
Ouch.
See, the whole goal is just to humiliate him. Like, look, he's just slapstick, but I found it endearing.
Yeah, this is actually based off of one of Jill's roommates. Fun fact.
Did she tell you that story? I don't think I heard it.
It was at first I was sympathizing with her. It's like, oh, you had a really bad roommate, didn't pay his rent. But then we actually met him. He was a really chill guy. He just had really bad arthritis. He couldn't work. And the work he did do, he'd always just have like this weird bad luck where his pain would just act up and he would just like drop something, whatever he's working on, like a pizza or something. So I think he's what the fuck?
Did he also lick women though?
No, that was Steven, I think.
That was Steven.
Let's not bring that up.
You're not talking about that garbage man, are you?
No. Oh, the garbage guy? Jeez. The janitor. We bullied the crap out of that guy, didn't we?
It was getting toxic in the end.
Yeah.
Is this
Don't
over?
forget,
Oh wait,
this is
sorry.
basically what you're seeing is like the final polish of an entire studio not being paid.
Steven,
I mean, paid.
if
but,
you're
like,
somehow watching this,
paid, relatively speaking.
even though you're much, much older than us, I highly doubt you're gonna buy one of these. We're sorry,
Do you
bro.
know? Do you know what Jill does like these days? Or
Uh,
The DC.
Yeah, it's something to do with DC.
Oh, Wonder
same with
Woman.
Jeff, I
That's what
bet.
think
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. Which that'd be great if I could get a shout out. Job
Yeah.
done.
Team that basically made her career, but Oh yeah, this dude.
I love how you guys did his eyes.
That was very, very annoying. To have them all blink and sync. It's not as easy as it sounds.
It worked. It really looks great.
Sometimes you could see him blink out of sync, but I just stopped caring by that point.
Remember how much I remember you guys complaining about this rendering.
That was
Ugh.
very strange.
It just made all the frames look choppy. It did not look good, so we had to.
Gary, I
If-
think Gary did some of this also.
Gary?
I did a lot of like the fuzz on Bugaboo.
The
Like,
Bugaboo
all that
and
care.
Hair again.
And it is good.
I
Yeah.
don't like how I feel like you could see something like if you look really hard under Hannah, kind of see something that shouldn't probably be there. But oh well. It's a very tense moment.
I'm just actually paying attention to Bugaboo's design. It's just generic monster, but it's pretty. I wouldn't say iconic, but she did a good design.
Oh yeah, didn't we forget to
Almost remember the Swamp Man? We almost did.
Swamp Man?
We didn't do him. He was from the book. I don't remember him.
I started his like rendering, and Jill came in and said, "Just scrap it."
Because there was a lot of concept art for him. And
Yeah.
like, what he'd be doing.
More concept art than Bugaboo. More concept art than Scary Godmother.
I forgot his. I'll be honest. I forgot his gimmick.
Oh yeah, and the Frankenstein guy, the vampire.
Wasn't he like the monster, the Black Lagoon, or something?
Yes,
like
that's what
that?
it was. Or it's based off of.
There's like
There
a
was
Because
gonna be
originally
a few more
the
characters.
house
but-
is next to. Yeah, no, there's the lake in the background. You can see it.
was it a Frankenstein monster or a vampire biker? Like somebody was a biker.
This scene was really weird in the OVA. We were really psychological, I guess, was what we were going for.
Yeah.
There was a lot more tone.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing
And
we
there wasn't the comedic
Because they're
relief
going.
there.
She had to spin it like the kids were going crazy. It's
the only note we had was make it scary. Okay. What are we supposed to do with that?
But
I-
once we knew we were doing this for Cartoon Network, we cleaned it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like because like it was like darker, like for most of it in terms of like there weren't too many jokes completely originally, and it was the network. It wasn't like
Oh,
Jill
wait.
or like anyone in production. It was like the network that said, "Oh no, add jokes, put in jokes."
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
There's
there
the
it is.
under
There's-
tag.
Yeah, his white hat.
Yeah.
We completely forgot. Hey, we left him a note. Did not render the hat.
Yeah.
and make it black.
There's a bunch of other stuff like that throughout the movie. Let's see if you guys can find it.
Yeah, and guess who got to work on Game of Thrones after this?
Fucking Jeff. That guy did not deserve that. He was an asshole.
I like this shot of all the lights going off. They just completely missed their trick or treating.
Originally,
It's
there was.
symbolic because this is the start of the third act, so
Mhm.
you know, it's the rising to the climax. What was she doing there?
There's supposed to be like an emotional scene where like he pushes the cat girl and Daryl gets super defensive about it.
How old are these kids supposed to be?
10 maybe?
10,
10?
12.
Hey.
I think it's left
10.
ambiguous, like
But it's
10 to
a little
12.
older than, a little older than Hannah.
Whatever the age demographic is.
Okay.
Probably noticed Harry spent about 20% of the movie he was in sleeping, and that's just because we couldn't
Oh.
afford Shatner.
I was gonna probably say
Yeah.
you probably want to notice like how the black kids on one side and the like 3 white kids are on the other side. Huh.
Now, who
It
did
It
that
was a
scene?
different time. It was a
No,
different.
I'd say Bert became the favorite of the kids.
Okay, not Daryl.
Not Daryl. People.
I want to
really
say
didn't
Daryl.
like
Daryl was more of a leader. Like he has an arc. He actually has like a complete arc.
Oh yeah, this rock paper.
Yeah.
Remember we did the rock paper scissors contest to see if we could put the rock paper scissors scene in.
It was really meta.
I'm proud of that scene. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. What's that one scene where they like repeat the same joke over and over?
Doors ajar.
There's multiple like that. I think he's saying.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
that's-
he's demanding for like a recount.
Yeah, that's that theater humor that where it
Yeah.
just goes on and on. I was just kidding.
Why did we cut out the deviled egg joke?
Cut out a lot of good parts. I guess it was just time constraints.
Like, I don't remember who did it, but they swirled up a little vampire kid's hair to look like a deviled egg. You could just see Harry wake up for a second and lick his lips, then I think a vase falls on his head, and he goes back to sleep.
Oh yeah, we shouldn't have cut that. That was a good bit. Look at that though. They got the glass on his forehead. That's good.
Oh man, do you see those eyebrows? They're just like clipping through him. That's okay. Remember we,
Disrespect,
remember we used to freak out that thought we forgot to animate their necks, but they're just so thin you can't see them half the time.
yeah. Oh, they're so hunched.
Yeah.
Jill has good design. It's just her business practices were a little bit up for debate.
Well, does she color it, or does somebody else color it?
I don't know.
Oh, the screwball sign was there. I thought we removed that.
Mm.
Oh, it looks like it's still there.
Oh, okay.
We didn't add it. It wasn't added in after the fact, was it? Like, did he not have it at the start of the scene? I could totally see us actually doing that.
I remember us debating whether to remove it. It's like, oh, well, we can't just have kids say screwball, like, haha, 'cause that's too close to, like, I don't know. It was different times.
Okay, here's the last of Jill's weird suggestions.
What was this again?
Well, you're gonna see. She wanted some feet to get involved, but I managed to get.
Oh, the massage scene.
I got that cut. That was probably the biggest contribution I had.
I don't remember who animated that, but it was way too detailed, if you catch my drift.
It still gets weird. Hang on.
Hmm.
You did a lot of this, I think, Andy.
Yeah. I came in later, so I wasn't actually too involved too much in I want to say the first act or so.
It's wrapping up now.
Yeah.
Yep.
A few scenes. I want to say a decent amount was done kind of out of order. Like, I want to say a lot of these scenes in this specific place were done like later, whereas like all the places in the real world or the human world that was like first done, just in case like we were scrapping, I guess, this entire concept early and just making it about Halloween.
Yeah, we were obligated.
We recycled a lot of scenes from what we scrapped, though.
Because in the OVA, this specific place,
It's all the OVA. We just had to fill in the blanks.
Yeah. The OVA, this specific house though, in the OVA looked completely different. I saw like a rough cut, I think.
It's cleaner now.
Yeah.
You see like all the sharp outlines and all.
It was also very empty too.
Yeah.
There wasn't all these
That's what it
awesome
was.
decorations.
Yeah, we just you guys went in there and just put down more pumpkins was the idea.
Yeah.
Oh, there's hair.
Because not every kid's gonna want to stare at the same character
He really
over and
is.
over.
He really was the fan favorite. You could tell who the characters we liked because they were a lot more detailed.
I remember you were showing me Scully Pettibone's model, and he's got this vein, like this really detailed vein on the side of his head. I don't think it's really clear. We can look for it, but
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? That
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be a crack, but it just
that'd be clever.
somebody rendered it
That's
to be
better.
like fleshy.
That wasn't an issue with the rendering.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
most people aren't gonna see this.
I remember the conversation being brought up, but I don't remember like what happened afterwards.
I'm gonna look for it when I see him. That's a pretty iconic shot. We put that on the wall.
Yeah.
Also, the hat he was wearing like actually moves, unlike Hannah's. Because Hannah's is like
Was it part
glued
of
to
it?
her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what were you trying to do? Try to like animate with the hat moving?
Well,
Express him?
I want to. I mean, from what I
Oh.
I think like originally they were two different objects, and I think it just kept falling off. So I want to say we just made it one object.
Oh.
I will concede with Scully Pettibones. You guys did an amazing job actually making a skull, like a skeleton face animate to like show emotions.
Ah, thank you.
I don't think what we were working with, Jill had it just a skull in her story.
Yeah, it was just a
And
still moving skull.
So
That is the one thing she praised me on, though. The one thing.
Oh wow.
The one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still haunts me. Oh, man. You know what I just remembered?
Mm.
Alright, does anybody know who drew, like, the toilet bugaboo?
Oh, was that Jeff also?
Was that Jeff? I
Oh.
don't. It wasn't his hand. It was not his style.
Gary, that wasn't you, right?
No.
You guys remember Stephen King? Like, not the actual author? Just the guy.
Oh,
There was a
those-
Stephen, like,
those
we had
fun.
Shatner and a Stephen King, but Stephen King was just some guy named Stephen King. He might be
Yeah.
the one.
He did
He
not
was-
like
he was-
that.
He was nice. He was quiet.
Yeah. I feel bad because I'd always call him Mr. It or whatever. I'm glad I grew a conscience towards the end of development, just left him alone.
We knew, because there was a moment of relief when we were wrapping this up, like, oh, it's done, I remember.
Yeah, I remember a lot of us were just taking our frustrations out on anything we
What
could.
What was your point, though? You were saying something? Something with Bugaboo?
Something
The
about Bugaboo.
toilet?
Oh yeah, who drew the toilet Bugaboo? It was never like 3D model. It was just a rough napkin sketch. It was like Bugaboo was
Oh, it wasn't
like
me.
Oh wait,
He-
this is the scene where we just reuse Pettybone's model.
Yep,
again.
there it is. We're using the model.
We
Yeah.
put a different hat on.
This is my favorite film.
I mean, that was my work. So, and it you say reuse, but it's not like that's what I just did.
Hey, there's the fire.
I mean, he
Yeah.
like knocked a tooth out of his mouth, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, and that does take effort. I don't.
That did take
I don't know
effort.
what you're trying.
I'm calling the OVA. They don't pay him.
Yeah, this entire scene was just like not there.
This sets up a sequel, though.
I remember Harry had a lot more like fluff on his chest. I don't remember it being so smooth.
It might have just been a glitch.
I do know this actually comes up in the sequel. We open up with Harry. Harry opens up the sequel. He's talking about the story, and Jill's like, or not Jill, Scary Gow.
Yeah.
Scary
I mean,
Gow, their whole
if
Harry's
you
like,
look at
you
that.
agreed, you would pay back.
Well,
the
Harry,
pizza."
Harry was like I want to say wasn't he supposed to be the main character of that one? Like main character.
He's the narrator.
He's the
This is what we
narrator.
end up with.
He was supposed to have a more active role. I mean,
There's other books. He was gonna get more, but of course there is no Scary Godmother 3, and I don't know who's actually clamoring for that. But because we had a falling out with Jill, and she said she would not go back to us. So it's not.
and she went back to no one. So good.
Well, now it's all.
I wonder if you could see it in the
that's what I
shot.
was asking earlier. It's like,
Like on the bottom of the pizza box is my signature.
think of it. This is what I was asking earlier, if this is still on Cartoon Network, because it's getting really messy with who owns what.
Oh, the pizza. Who animated the pizza? It was not me.
I think it was one of the Woos.
Yeah, I think so. I remember they started crying because Jill said it did not look like pizza. Oh.
What you know?
So late in development.
She was never there for like pizza night that we had.
Yeah. Like we had to actually physically show her what a pizza looked like. She just shrugged, took a slice, and walked out.
She never hung out with us.
Mhm.
He was like, "Oh, I have more important things to do because I'm the creator." It's like, okay, I guess.
I never noticed. Somebody put the pizza in Hannah's bucket. Is she just gonna take it home for later?
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, that fire back there. Who did that?
That's Jeff. That was Mr. Burt.
I think so. Like, I'm all for taking shortcuts, but whoa. That was just real fire.
We almost had that arson incident, although that got cleared up pretty quickly. I want to say.
Oh, didn't someone's daughter draw that?
Was that who did the
And
earlier
there's
thing
like a lot
with
more.
tutorial?
I actually remember this. There was someone's daughter drew that, and there were like a bunch, like, because it was like a bunch of characters instead of just like the ones we saw, because it was an entire paper. And I remember Jill seeing it and saying like, ugh. like she just said like really loudly, and it was kind of like a like, and she did, and the kid was right there. The kid was like right in front of her. And it was
Well,
really,
you guys weren't there for that, but like with the voice acting, like she came in a couple times to like make sure voices were going not right, but a certain way, and like some of the kids, they were good actors, but I knew she was like getting under her skin, like.
She'd
there was water in the eyes.
Faces, like right in front of them, and it's like, what's wrong? Like, come on, what's with you? You don't see them in front of them.
She wasn't a people person, I think.
I'm glad I wasn't there for those sessions. Like Gary, not the one we're with right now, would like come in and tell me all sorts of horror stories. Like he would actually start crying. He does not seem like a man that would cry normally.
I didn't even want to know what finance was doing. Like,
Gary is with us. You want to say something? You're kind of sitting alone.
No, it was the other Gary.
Yeah, I don't remember the other Gary's last name.
I mean, do you want to say something in general? Because you're kind of like a bit away from us.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't have any displeasures of working with Jill. She was pretty nice with me, at least, because she complimented a lot of times to like the fuzzy hair on the Godmother and such, but like. Besides that, she seemed pretty nice. I had a pleasure working with her.
I mean,
different story for different people.
Yeah, different experiences. She had her moments.
She personally hired me for this movie. She liked my work on Rocket Power. But besides that, yeah, I don't know. I didn't really hang out like with you guys at all. So. It's really eye-opening, like, hearing this stuff about her.
We could go on. Well, we should just focus on the ending of the movie.
Yeah.
We're almost through with
how
this.
Much of the movie did you actually even work on, Gary? Let's be honest.
Well, I did a lot of just cleanup and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so you were there for, like, the after stuff. You weren't actually there.
Yeah, I was, like, so, like, essentially after you guys finished the movie, I went through and cleaned up a little bit, and that's kind of it. And, like, besides the hair and stuff. I wasn't really like steam, yeah.
Who invited Gary here?
We had to add a lot of comedy to this. This scene had a lot of padding.
Yeah. This was completely improvised in one night. If I had time, I'd probably make it more horrific.
Okay, this is where the OVA pretty much ends here. Very different.
Yeah. We didn't know it was a kid's movie.
I have nightmares of, like, spoiler alert, it's like he eats the kids. It's like a dark fairy tale story, like right there.
Well,
Very
I want to
animation.
say that might even be the reason why we didn't use Shatner, because like we had extra, like Harry still has extra lines after this, and we wanted Shatner to do it, but I don't think he was available, and it was like, if you can't just have someone else voice him like near the end of the movie, so we had to, I guess, scrap his.
Again, this last scene is it's like a Frankenstein monster of like coming back and forth to fix it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what I think Bugaboo is left. And this is where you had to do all the eyes in the dark. We showed this a lot earlier in the OVA. It was like foreshadowing.
What's with that line there? That white line, is at the door?
I'm not sure what that is.
I remember you guys had to make the eyes just for.
And now the white line was gone. That might have been, the light fixture.
Maybe.
And here's what the whole story leads up to. It's a little disappointing, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if you want
Compared to
what
it was
I don't think the
originally
OVA
supposed to be.
exists anymore, which is probably for the best, but a little more climactic than that.
Originally, the monsters were gonna turn on them, and they actually had to like fight.
Because it was a story.
There was a big push for that. The dark fairy tale ending was there, but we kept it cute.
It was a story about, like, because I mean, a part of the lesson should have been like, don't trust strangers, don't talk to strangers. You don't know, like there are people who are like, there's real scary monsters. Then there are people who are actual monsters who actually prey on children. And I don't know why, like, this kind of, because it sends mixed messages with this kind of story. Like, oh look, I can trust some strangers, but not others. Like, really?
I think it's more like some people like might look ugly, but they're still good people. Just don't be afraid of, you know. This, by the way, came in much earlier. This is much earlier audio. Shatner would just go on and do weird.
We had to
No, I
work
don't
with
think
what
it
we
was Shatner
had.
at this point.
That's actually Jill telling us to hurry this up at the end.
Yeah, that's a little meta humor.
He always gave that look.
We put a bow on this very quickly.
Yeah.
End it. But there's the key, because we kind of knew she was going to bring us back again.
I don't really have anything to say about this ending.
No, Jimmy learns his lesson to not be such a jerk, but not
Does
really,
he?
because he's actually traumatized, and that's in the next movie.
And that's another thing. Like, this movie's about trauma. Like, it's not about like facing your fears or anything like that. It's about like actual real trauma.
Yeah, oh my god, I forgot about this. They corner Harry. I could have sworn it cut sooner than this.
I forgot
Yeah.
how long this goes on for.
Well, that's it.
Wow.
Well, that was
And yeah, here's our names.
Yeah.
Where our careers went to hibernate.
Jill Thompson, there she is.
We're coming up soon. Oh,
it
there
was,
we are.
I forgot about some of these people. Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even remember some of these people.
I think these people just came and went. We just had to credit them legally. Oh, those Lees. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah, we were like really just the only guys at the office.
I gotta say, like, this was a nightmare to get through, but I think you know, this was a Halloween staple while it was still on TV, so we did that.
Yeah, people still they talk about this movie. Strangely enough.
I was wondering if this is like come and gone, but hey, they called us in for this, so yeah, this was Scary Godmother. Thank you for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right.